Hello, and my name is Chris, and I'm back with a video in my Army series. And this one is going to be in a day in the life of me being in the Army. Well, there's actually two parts to this because my MOS is 92 Golf, and if you don't know what that means, it actually means cook. So, I'm going to go with the first part. The first part, if I work early shift. Since I dropped my daughter off at daycare, I have to be there. I be there by 6:30 in the morning. But if you don't have the situation, everybody else be there by 5:15. And we walk in, we do cook smell. That's when they check your cook whites to make sure they're clean and everything. And that's when you start on your product. And you can either be on, and my defect, you eat on starches and vegetables, outside line, meat, short order. Those four things. Most of the time, I like being on short order. Sorry, just pretty easy. I like being on short order, but I can do everything. I just like short order. It's easy. And I like doing omelets. It's easy. Then on short order, and that's about when I get there at 6:30. By the time when I get there at 6:30, if you're on short order, you gotta do pancakes and French toast. You gotta prep the stuff so omelet bar. So you gotta get all the toppings for omelet bar, which is onions, but no onions, jalapenos, tomatoes, green peppers, olives, cheese, and ham. And all the stuff that is not uncooked vegetables, you have to actually saute them off. In around 5-6, we open up at 7:30, I believe, 7:30 to 9. So around 7 o'clock, we actually do our line critique. And that's where you make sure everything is actually clean on the line. You actually got everything on the line. Everything is good. Everything is, and you tell them this, and you tell the soldiers, and you tell the soldiers whoever's leading the line critique, you actually tell them how everything is. And you tell them the serving size for everything. And for 7:30 to 9, we serve. And usually, if you on short order, you run the grill. So if you everybody was short order, usually you usually pick the lowest listed to run the omelet bar. But I usually do it because it's pretty easy and it gets me out of doing everything else. And meat's usually backing up because we always run out of bacon. Number one thing to go every time, bacon. Starches and vegetables, you usually have most of the people serving. You usually have one person in the back making eggs. That's what we do in our defect. Now every defect is different. Everyone is different. Just put it out there. But ours, we let one person from starches always back up eggs, so we run out of that too. Meats that starches, short order, and outside line, they usually take care of outside line. But I get the outside line in a different video. It's a whole different thing. But it's the easiest thing I think in the defect. After 9 o'clock, we break down when 9 o'clock hits, we break everything down and we set up for for lunch. Usually we don't get a lot of time. We don't get a lot of time for that. So usually, since I'm saying I'm on short order, for lunch we always have burgers, chicken wings, some form of chicken, either chicken wings or chicken quarters or something. Grilled cheese, grilled ham and cheese, baked beans, chili, and fries. So what we usually do is we have one person do. If we say we got 3 people, we have one person take 2 things, one person take 2 things, one person take two or 3 other things. And for short order, what we do is we open up at 11:30. We never do fries until it's only 10 minutes before. So, and we open 11:30. We close at 1. After 1, we usually clean up when we out of there, and I be home by 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I kind of play the game or I rest until it's time to pick up my daughter at 17:30. I leave at 17:30 to go pick up my daughter. Now, late shifters, if you're late shift, you wake up, you do your PT at the company. Usually here at Fort Bliss, it's 6:30 to 6:30. Gotta think. 6:30 to 7:30 is PT. And then from 6:30 to 7:30 is PT. And then you come up. Then you gotta be back at the shift. You gotta go to defect and shift at 10:15. That's 15 minutes prior to 10:15. And if you are late shift, you actually serve your lunch. You serve lunch. And while the morning shift, which I was talking about earlier, is the ones who's backing up and cleaning in the back. And when it's time to when lunch closes, you're actually the one. We're actually the one that breaks everything down for lunch, while the morning shift is usually leaving by that time, unless you have meetings. That's my daughter. If y'all didn't hear her. So from 11, then from there we usually get a break from 1 to 2:30. Then we get back to work, and that's when we prep everything for dinner. And they usually go by two different ways. So we're doing dine-in dinner, or we're doing grab and go. If it's grab and go, it's a totally different thing, and it's so much easier. But if it's grab dinner, if it's dine-in, it usually takes a long time. It's not well. It's not gonna take a long time. It's just you're usually using a lot of leftovers. Then we open up at 5 o'clock. We serve everybody, and usually significantly less people for dinner than it is for lunch and breakfast. Breakfast usually had the most people because everybody coming from PT. Lunch is everybody like to go on post to Burger King and all that. Burger King, McDonald's, and everything. Dinner, we serve dinner from 5 to 6:30, and we close at 6:30. Usually out of there about 6:45. And usually that's the day of my life. Most of the time, if I'm late shift, I'll be the defect 70% of that day. Either sleep and defect will be. And defect or PT will take up 7% of my day from late shift. On my morning shift, I'm usually out of there by 1 o'clock, and I'm done. But yes, this is my story, and that is basically a day in my life. It's a 92 golf. Pretty boring, but it's actually got fun. But I'll actually go more into detail of each shift and what you would do on each shift in another video in the coming week. So this is Chris, and I'm signing out. Thank you. Peace.